Buttons. Morning, welcome to the Barrel Roll Newscast for December 7th, 2019.
Today we're talking trailers
RE3 make.
and some dying video games.
We'll see you soon.
Hello and welcome everybody.
Welcome to the big shoe.
Look, I fixed it.
We got there. We
We're
got there. Hello, welcome to the shoe, guys.
Hi,
Hi, I'm Tony.
I'm Nick.
I'm Brian.
How you guys doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm busy.
It's been a while.
I've been busy.
It's been a while.
All right. I got
Hey,
Portland. Went to Portland.
In
and
Portland.
And then I did some adult things.
Did some adult things.
And then more adult things. And
And you did some Pokemon things.
some Pokemon things. Well, that was more Portland, I think. I don't. Oh yeah, I did Pokemon things. I'm just been so busy.
I know.
And then it's just It's just been busy.
It's a busy time.
Correct.
It was report card period. So
How's-
I
how-
understand.
Don't you just copy and paste them nowadays?
No, I wish
my
life would be so much easier.
my son's name is not.
Yeah.
My boy's name is not Susan. Oh.
I just wish your report cards were all audio. They'd be like, your son, Bob. Great job this year.
Can't you get a voice automated assistant to be just write the words as you type it and you're playing a video
I
game?
type faster than I would talk out of
That's true.
I guess.
because a lot of the comments are very much the same kind of thing where it's just because we've been studying the same stuff, but it's not it would be more time for me to sit there going this term Bob was proficient in blah blah
Nothing.
blah 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 blah, blah, blah. Nothing. So I busy times. So exciting news, everybody. The Google version of Recorder's audio transcripts.
Oh, yes,
It's on
yes,
now.
yes.
It's
is
live.
now released on everything Pixel related,
I
not
know.
just Pixel 4s.
Yeah.
Super exciting news. That's the show. Thanks for joining us.
That is. My coworker showed me that, and I was like, "Oh, cool.
I don't. Yeah.
Oh, cool. I still haven't installed it."
I installed it because it was on my newsfeed. Install this app now, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
I'd rather install actual stuff.
Well, and I don't have.
What am I going to
anything on
actually
my
use that for?
Transcripting audio, clearly.
Yeah.
All your important ideas.
It's half of them are on the toilet.
So transcript them on the toilet.
How does a fart sound?
You'll find out.
BFGGHG.
Well, then I got a text from one of our old friends who moved farther away, and there's the RCS stuff for message
What is
What is that?
RCS? I've seen that popped up a lot.
so
Is it like iMessage?
Yes.
It's
It's the Google version of iMessage. So you
What
can
a-
see when people are typing. You can see if they've read your messages. You
I
can
thought
see
that
all
already
stuff.
existed.
It did in Hangouts,
Yeah.
and then they got rid of Hangouts.
Hangouts still exists.
It does. It's for businesses.
No, you can install it on your
I
phone.
know you can, but it's meant for businesses.
No, well.
I know you can install it on your phone. I have it still on my
And
phone.
you can use it as a text message.
You still can.
Yeah.
So-
They just don't promote it that way anymore. So my district, when they have meetings now,
Is it all Hangouts?
you do Hangout meetings. So the specialists don't come to your school anymore. You have to sit in front of a computer with audio blaring and you going
Hello.
and I'm the guy that gets to hook stuff up. So the other day someone had one of those meetings and they're like, we can't hear you. And she's typing on the side well, I don't have anything. And they're like, well, is there a way you can get something? So she's like, Nick. She's like, I need audio. So I brought in I have my Snowball mic at school right now,
Yeah.
my smaller, the one we used to use ages ago for other stuff. So I plugged that in. They're like, well, we can hear you, but we can't see you. And I'm like, and she's like, okay, well, hold on. She's like, Nick, do you have something? I'm like, yeah. So I went and grabbed the second webcam that we have for other stuff that we have done before, which I have at school right now. So I brought that in through. Oh, good. Well, now we can see you too. And I'm like, if you just would have said we want to be able to see and talk to you, I could have done this in 2 seconds. But yeah,
that is the crux.
But it's now trying to teach a bunch of people who some of are near retirement how to use Google Hangouts. It's stupendous.
I'm very worried because I'm gonna be suggesting to my team that we use Google Drive
Yeah.
for calendar stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm terrified as to seeing how they react to that. I know, like,
Do you guys have a shared drive already somewhere that you drop stuff into?
yes and no.
Okay, because that's
No, yes and no.
that's kind of helped with that trend. We
No.
had a P drive where
Yeah.
everything went into
Yes.
the P drive.
Correct. And
now everything. Goes
But now
into
everyone just they're old, and they just like to
Yes.
copy
Oh, yes.
one folder and put it into the next
Yes.
folder.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then that just leads to multiple issues.
Yes.
Mostly hard drive space,
Yeah.
because it's not so bad now. But, in 5 years, when you keep doing that, the hard drive and servers are going to be like,
Thank,
what file again? How many do you...
thank God we have unlimited storage space on Google Drive. We are an education firm.
Oh, we can apply for that too. I
Yeah.
just don't think... We don't have a dedicated IT team for that at my place.
Mm.
And so we tried to get it working, and then for whatever reasons, we just didn't follow through with it, and so that fell through the cracks.
Yeah.
And so I'm just debating, like, just setting up a internal, like, just a private
Yep.
calendar group for us
Yep.
to do stuff and drop files into.
Oh, I know.
That'll
But
work.
I'm terrified to see.
Oh, it's gonna look real pretty.
Oh,
It's gonna look real
so
pretty.
I'm
It's gonna look
horrified.
You gotta lay down the rules right away. Give them like
Or-
like
I don't know how to stupefy it because it's already simple enough.
Yeah,
That's the
it's hard
problem.
there.
Like, I don't know how to simplify it further.
It's hard being a nerd in a world where there's no like other
No nerds. It's like it's simple. Just
Well,
click the
we're
button.
doing a shopping, like
Click
they
the
set
button.
up tables in our gym this weekend
Oh,
for
yeah.
Saturday, so you could rent a table and sell your stuff. So it's this shopping palooza. And they're like, we'd really like Christmas music playing during the shopping palooza.
Oh yes, I was nominated to do Christmas music at my party.
Well, so again, I'm
Because
sitting
apparently
there.
I'm the only one who has Spotify.
Well, that's so like I like brought in my tablet and I'm like, here's my Google Play Music.
Yeah.
Like, I gave it to my boss and I'm like, you plug it into the headphone jack. Like I feel like a jerk going like, you take the
how do
headphone
I
jack
put this music everywhere
and
else?
you plug it into the thingy and you press play because we have a system in our gym that
Yeah.
Correct.
plays music. You know, we're set up for that.
You're like
But it's like you
PA
feel
system.
like a jerk going like, you take the headphone jack and you put it in this tiny little.
You know how it
bumble
is in
hole
your
and
car
click
when
it.
you put in the car and you get audio in your car? Yeah, that.
I
But
know,
how do
like we don't have headphone jacks anymore, but here it's this crazy old technology
that you knew?
that
You know.
I feel like that IT guy who has to say, "Did you plug it in?"
that is my first question, constant.
Yeah.
That actually
Because it is.
That
It
actually
is,
happens.
like-
that actually happens
Yeah.
9 times out of 10. It's like they literally
They
didn't
literally
plug it
don't
in.
have-
Next
well, they don't have
trick.
the power on. It's just like
Next
Did you
trick
put the
is,
disc in
is,
right?
is
No, it's
someone
upside down.
leaning against your smartboard. Because the
Is
smartboard
what?
technically
Yes.
works as a
Oh,
mouse.
Correct.
Yeah.
So people are like, my mouse keeps. I think someone's hacked my computer because my mouse keeps going to another screen, and I'm like, is someone touching your smart? Like someone had a stick leaning up against their smartboard, so the mouse
Oh.
kept going to the point on the screen instead
Right.
of on their computer
Oh, I
screen.
had a good one the other day. I had someone come in and do some presentations on a disc. They
Yeah.
had some files on a disc, and they're like, "We can't get the disc to read. We put it in. It's like it's the same disc we use all the
Upside
time."
down?
Yes, it was upside down.
oh dear lord.
The disc was upside down. I was like, "Oh, good."
And this has been our IT Tech Show.
We haven't even started our first news.
The news is junk this week, anyways. Other than the trailers, everything else is kind of
RE3
eh.
make.
RE3 make is exciting, but you kind of knew it was coming down the pipeline.
It's okay. Let's get started.
After
With
the excitement of 2. All right.
Let's
Either way,
jump-
did we do names? I'm Nick.
We did do names.
We do names?
You
Okay.
first, then
Yeah.
you, then
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
making sure. All right, trailer talk.
Let's
Do we start there or start with dead games and move our way up?
let's start
Let's
with
start
Dead Game.
Dead
Dead
games.
games.
Okay, so the first game,
Yes.
Battle. This was actually a couple weeks maybe ago.
Sure.
Battleborn.
Yes.
Battleborn.
I tried it.
I looked
never
at the
tried it.
cover.
Good for you.
I looked at pictures of it.
Well, it was free.
It is free.
Yeah,
so
so I got it because I'm like, all right. Like,
So-
I'll.
Battleborn, if you're not familiar with it, Battleborn was Gearbox's answer to Overwatch, answer to Team Fortress 2, all those class-based shooters,
Yes.
online shooters. It was apparently okay. It wasn't like it wasn't
Oh,
it wasn't
yes, this
groundbreaking.
one.
It didn't do anything like unique. It was just another.
It did everything kind of
It did.
subpar because there was
It
like,
was it.
There,
It
well,
was-
but there was points in it that they didn't explain. Like,
No.
like that's the thing in those games is you have to teach
tutorial.
people. Like you have to actually tutorialize part of the game, even if
Yeah.
the first match is just like there's little helpful pop-up hints coming. Like, oh, you grabbed a thing, you can spend those on this, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, cool.
But there was So Battleborn, it's fine. Gearbox is finally pulling the plug on Battleborn. I think when I heard this story, I was
How much-
a lot of things happened in my mind. I was like,
Oh yeah, that was a
There
game.
was this game is still on.
Yeah.
The servers are still up for this
Yeah.
game.
They gave it a shot. Radical Heights died within a week of launch.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
okay. I
game.
missed. I actually do miss Radical Heights.
But that's the thing. Like Radical Heights,
they
was
did something
actually
different.
It was different.
slightly different in a way that was exciting because it was like
It was
oh,
the art
you're-
style was unique.
Sure, like but they
and
did.
Was,
They
the
did
presentation was nice.
The presentation was cool. They changed things up. Like they did
They
something
tried.
different.
They did do things, and
Right.
They
It had
got
an action roll.
It had
Yes, they had action
rolling.
roll. I just like the '80s aesthetic
Yeah.
of it all. Like
Well,
the
plus
80s
the
because
action-
it's a game show. They treat it like a game show.
Well, it was a game show. Plus, it was like '80s action films. Like so,
Yeah.
that was,
Yes.
like no parachutes. You just hit the ground, and it was like
Yeah.
boom,
Boom.
superhero
Yeah,
landing.
just keep going, just keep
moving.
going.
Yeah,
Well, Battleborn.
was nothing like that.
No, it was
not
very
fun.
generic.
It was super generic.
Remember when like Gears of War came out, and then every game after that was like gray
Gears
and
of War?
brown.
Yeah.
It was that was what Battleborn felt like.
You should see Gears of War now. It's super bright.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
Very colorful.
Very colorful.
And so Battleborn you have until January of weirdly enough 2021
Oh,
to play this game.
thank
still.
goodness.
And so essentially, I guess a couple of reasons why is they're not going to talk about the server thing. I'm sure it's because they have server space leased out somewhere
Sure.
in like the Bahamas or something like that
Right,
for this
like
game.
they've paid
or
for
whatever.
this- they've paid
But they
for it,
also
they
want to
can still
give
use it.
people who have purchased in-game currency to make sure they use all of it.
All of it.
I'm gonna go
because-
purchase a lot right now.
I don't think you can actually purchase any. I don't know how Battleborn
For something
works.
that you won't have in a year.
I don't know how Battleborn works right now, but I like the
like
fact that they're
wasting my
keeping it.
money.
I like the fact they're keeping it until next year. Next year.
Yeah.
Next
For this
year,
year,
yeah.
it's not like they're closing off.
Or are they hoping that by being like, oh, we're ending the game, people are gonna be like,
Suddenly flood to it.
yeah,
and
like
just
I
be
should
like,
try this game out and find out that
You
it's
know
the
there's-
most amazing game ever.
There are going to be people that do that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
bet you there will be. But I like the fact that they're also giving not hackers, but people to enough time to sniff the packets online to figure out how the game works to make their own private Battleborn servers.
for the 5 people that want to keep playing.
Hey, and you know what? It only takes how many player game was it? I want to say it was like a 6-player game. I don't
I think
know.
it was 6v6.
Yeah. So enough of those people to keep playing.
Yeah, they will be their own little dedicated something. When they
Something.
probably already are.
They're already that community is tight knit.
Like, well, they have to be because there's only 6 of them. So,
And they got to latch on to new players as
Yeah.
hard
Yeah.
as they can.
hi, welcome to Battleborn. Can we offer you a coffee or a tea or $1 million?
Skin?
Yeah.
A battle skin
Can
or
we offer
whatever.
you skins and battles? Welcome to our season pass. It's completely free. We think, we hope. God, please play our game.
We need people until
Don't
2021.
leave yet.
Yeah.
I don't want to play Overwatch 2.
Coming to the Nintendo Switch. They released the trailer the other day.
That doesn't
Yeah.
surprise me. I think they did. They did announce it was
Yeah.
coming.
They
to
better fix
Switch,
the
though.
problems that they've had with Overwatch.
You mean the no single player?
They're fixing that. It's called Overwatch 2.
Oh, okay, good.
Again, I don't know why they did not subtitle that game.
I don't know.
It blows my mind.
There's a lot of issues with Overwatch 2 that
Like Overwatch, Ready Player One, and you're done. Like everybody's like, oh, cool. Like, you know, it's a single
Overwatch.
player campaign.
Overwatch, the game that you wanted.
Yeah, we finished it.
We finished the fight.
Yeah, we finished the game now, but you still have to give us another $60 or in Canada $80.
No, thank you.
Yeah, another dead game was Elder Scrolls
Legends.
Yep.
Legends.
So that was that mobile game, wasn't it? Or what was Elder Scrolls Legends?
Let's fact check because we're not
Elder Scrollers.
Elder Scroll people. Legends. Look, it's the third. It's like Google's listening to us.
Yeah, it's the mobile game. It's the card game.
Oh, a card game. Oh, how sad that the strategy card game is dead.
Gwent must have beat the shit out of them.
That is the only card game other than Hearthstone that I can see like.
Magic the Gathering is.
Oh yeah,
Well, no, but
MTGO.
like-
yeah, MTGO. Magic Arena is very popular.
But like they're in. Like
Oh, yeah,
Magic's
yeah.
in, Pokemon's in. Like those games are solidified.
Yeah.
Hearthstone broke in and managed to stick around.
Yeah.
Any other game other than Gwent, because Gwent already had the.
And I think Gwent is still pretty small in terms of popularity.
Yeah.
Like,
it's
I
still
think
pretty small, but
it launched.
they're
it-
rabid.
I was gonna say it launched really strongly.
Yeah.
But it didn't. I don't think it has any staying power.
Well, no, because it's quite like it's that like because in Witcher 3 essentially you could
you could
be
play
like
Gwent.
You play this
you
Gwent.
could play
yeah.
Gwent with everybody because that was the big thing. It's like you can beat someone up, you can threaten them, or you can play a game of Gwent.
In
It's
which
like-
order? In which order? do
And
you
everybody's
want?
like, you want to play a game of Gwent? Want to play a game of Gwent? So that was kind of the thing. Honestly, Gwent would be a better physical card game.
I don't think
Yes.
you can make it a physical card game. The way that the game mechanics work.
But that's the
It's
piece,
like
it's
Hearthstone.
like-
It's like You will
Yes.
never see a physical Hearthstone game.
No, you
Because
can't.
it's like, how do I randomize 3 targets? Yes.
Yes.
Roll some dice.
No.
Roll some dice.
No.
Roll some dice.
No.
Roll some dice.
No.
Dice roll.
Dice roll. Dice thrones.
So, dead games.
Dead game. So yeah,
Dead games.
another card. So I was talking about this last week or the week before I got my Xbox and Game Pass, and there was a Lord of the Rings game, and it says
Yep.
Lord of the Rings really big, and I'm like, oh cool, I'll play a Lord of the Rings game. So I started downloading it. It downloaded, and it's like Lord of the Rings, but trading card adventure has finished downloading, and I'm like, say what now?
Say what?
You wasted your bandwidth on that.
And I have no waste because I'm an
I don't-
unlimited bandwidth person, but like it's just
Doesn't
like
matter. You wasted it still.
I did. I spent precious downloading time on.
You wasted
And
downloading
I
time
uninstalled it
and hardware.
immediately.
Hard drive space. You wasted that hard drive space.
Immediately uninstalled. It was like trading card adventure. I don't need-
You screwed me. You deceived me.
like what a I don't know.
It's in
I
your
find,
history now that you downloaded that.
That's fine. I find I'm not embarrassed by that one.
Forever marred.
Yeah. Xbox, you can actually get rid of all of that.
Oh, you can.
Yeah. But yeah, like that's one of those. As long as you have 0 gamer score on it, you can get rid of
You
it.
can do that with PlayStation
Yeah,
too.
same. If you have the trophies or you don't have any trophies,
Yeah.
you can get rid of the.
But you can
fact.
also hide them too,
Yeah.
even if you did get a trophy. Or
Yeah.
I'm assuming on Xbox you can also hide them. If
Yeah.
you hide from your profile.
I don't know. Their UI is really, really wonky. But like, it's one of those
It's
things
not a
where
Blade,
it's just
so I
like
don't
I
care.
don't understand. Like, I get the adventure card games for some stuff, especially indie games. You can make a very interesting game. But if you're gonna advertise Lord of the Rings, screw off.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
not a. They don't need a trading card
They
adventure
do
game.
not. They do not.
I still stand by that trading card game that I was deck building game that I was playing a couple months back.
Slay the Spire.
Yeah, Slay the Spire.
Oh yeah, that's
I still,
again,
a good game.
I still stand by that game. That
I
game
will
is
stand by it. But
fucking
again, an
cool.
indie game
It's
that
an indie
actually
game, yeah.
utilizes that card-based system in a way.
Yeah.
All these other adventure games are the exact same game, but they
yeah.
just slap a different skin on it.
Konami, make Metal Gear Acid 3. Don't be fucking cowards.
All the Metal Gear stuff is available on Game Pass on the Xbox.
I have.
Survive.
You've de-incentivized me.
If
Why?
you wanted to survive, you could survive on the Xbox One.
No.
Xbox.
Or I could not.
Or Metal Gear
Xbox One
Survive.
X.
Metal Gear
What do you
Survive.
have? Which Xbox do you have?
S? No.
Yeah, S.
Yes.
Yeah, you got
S.
the S.
Oh.
All digital edition.
So you have no discs in there.
No disc. This is the Xbox that they were pretty much promising to release when we all got mad at them.
Yeah. And we suggested that they do.
Yeah, but then like that was the piece where it was like, well, there's no hard drive, and it's like, well, or there's no disk drive, and it's like maybe you should put that in there just for people who are still like, not everybody's into the digital thing yet. And then they're like, you have an Xbox 360 for that, and you're like, ooh.
Ew.
Well, yeah, this is essentially the Xbox that they had promised way back when they told me to just keep my Xbox
Right.
360.
Right.
But I got it for 180, so
That's not
because
bad.
there's no disk drive in it. So
Is it still 180? Probably not.
I don't know.
No, I think this.
I don't know.
Because I'm looking to get another thing
Another something.
to play Disney Plus in my other room.
Well, it's funny. I had the Xbox plugged into this TV because I was just gonna be like, I can stream games way easier if it's over here
Yeah.
instead of having to like rigmarole a bunch of cords. And one of the first games I downloaded was the Rare Replay because that's again on Game Pass.
Yes.
And my wife saw Banjo Kazooie downloading, and she's like, "You must teach me how to like play Banjo Kazooie." And I'm like,
Ooh.
"Okay," because she loved that game on the N64. And I'm like, "All right." And I'm like, "Do you mind if it's plugged into this TV?" And she's like, "I'd rather it be plugged into that TV." And I'm like, So now my cable runs through my Xbox, which runs to the TV. Because there's an input.
They still have the input in there.
The HDMI input is
That's
still on
so
the back
weird.
of the Xbox.
That is so weird.
You can't, and this is my biggest gripe. I cannot picture in picture.
You would think that makes sense.
They were gonna do it, and there was apparently not enough demand for the technical the need to put it into the thing. Like they put a poll out, like, do you guys really want picture in picture? 'Cause it's gonna be a lot of work. And people were like, nah.
Nah.
And I'm like, I would like to watch hockey in the bottom corner of my screen while playing Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
Or playing hockey.
Or
play hockey.
If you don't get enough hockey, you
Exactly.
can picture in picture hockey.
Yeah. So that's my biggest gripe was
Eh.
like picture in picture. My second biggest gripe was I have to pay for EA access
Again.
again.
Have
I'm
you?
not.
Okay, good. No.
I got they give you a free trial.
Yeah.
Like another free
Yeah.
trial, and I'm like, well, let's just see how many more games, because it's been on Xbox way longer.
Yeah.
There was not a huge amount of games that was like despairingly different, and I'm like, okay, not worth it.
Not worth it.
So
I mean, yeah, it's up to you.
not worth it again, because I already have it on my PlayStation.
Right.
To play hockey, to play.
But you could
know.
have it on the Xbox and have all those more, and then disconnect it from the PS4.
I could, but then I couldn't play hockey with people that I play hockey with. Like,
You guys play hockey?
we do
Yeah,
play
we
hockey.
play hockey.
Oh, okay.
And football. Once.
Ooh, football.
Football's hard.
Football hard.
Football
hard.
Football hard.
Football hard. Football games should not be hard. Sports games should not be harder than the actual sport.
Yes.
know.
Yes.
Golf is pretty hard.
No, golf easy. Tink tink. Cool. I feel
Or like
I
real
can
golf. Real golf is hard.
Real
Yeah.
golf is not that bad.
I
Real
am a
golf
better
is hard to
golfer on
master.
I'm a better golfer on a
On video
system. I'm a
games,
better
yes.
hockey player on a system. I'm a better tennis
Yeah.
player on a system.
I'm
I
okay
am
with
the
real-
worst football player. I do better in real life, and I'm not that big a guy. I play better football in real life than I do in football.
In
games.
football.
Either way, moving
Yes,
on.
moving on.
Resident Evil 2 is just on sale. I bought it, and I'll talk about that later in
It's
the
a great
post-credit
game.
show. But
That is a great remake.
it is.
It did very well for Capcom.
So now, and this is the part.
This is the
that
part,
Tony,
yeah.
Tony's
Very
loving.
ex- I'm very-
There is.
There is a rumor that RE3 is getting its remake treatment, or RE3 make,
A 3 make.
A 3 make.
which I don't know if you guys ever played Resident Evil 3.
I don't think I have.
It's not that great.
Oh.
It's like 2, but more.
I feel like
You replace the Tyrant with Nemesis.
right.
Oh.
So I feel like that's
So
going to be the nice thing about this is that they give it that RE2 treatment. They
it'll
can-
look nice.
It'll look
but
nice, but they can
do we-
pepper in some different stuff.
Do we
to,
need it?
Yeah, it
It's one of
continues
those-
the story.
It does. And then so where does this lead to? If RE3 make becomes successful, do we finally get Resident Evil 4
For remake.
remake?
No,
Or do we
it's
just
already been done. Like
No, those are HD ports.
that's it. That's all
Not
you
that-
need.
it's not an HD
No.
port. RE4 make.
But you don't.
RE4 make.
So 4 make is it goes back to the tank controls instead of the over-the-shoulder
Yes.
shooting controls because
Yes.
that's where they've.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
In all honesty, they still need to do a 1 make.
They did.
Well, no, that's again the tank controls. Like they
Yeah, but-
haven't given us the over-the-shoulder, like
Over-the-shoulder.
kind of more actiony esque type.
Maybe.
Like if anything, they go back to 1 again, and give us that treatment, and go back to 0 and give us that treatment.
Because clearly Resident Evil 7 they don't want to do that again.
No, and
Because that was I think that was like a very it
And I'm
worked
okay with
it
them
worked
not
really
doing it again.
it worked very well as
Yeah.
like a one shot, like, oh, we did a first person Resident Evil and it was very successful.
Yeah.
It was in VR.
The
I don't think we
VR
can like
stuff.
I don't think we can bottle that lightning and do it again.
no,
No.
and it's good of them to know that because they did 4, and then we got 5, which was okay, and then we got 6, which was deplorable. Like it's
It
just
was
like
not fun.
no. So it's good of them to be like, guys,
rec-
we did really well with 7. Let's not screw
That's
this
not-
up.
And I
Thumbs up.
appreciate at least I appreciate Capcom actually doing something with their horror franchise, like
Yeah,
experimenting and
yeah.
doing different things between the remake from way back when, RE4, RE2 remake.
Remake on the GameCube was amazing.
RE remake in general, that
Yeah.
entire thing, doesn't matter what platform you played it on. It's really good.
It was
Yeah.
really good. Like considering you
So-
go back to the original game
Yeah.
and what they did
You
to
look-
it, you're just
I
like,
have that on the DS, and I'm like, whoa, that's rough.
Yeah,
But when you look at Konami with Silent Hill,
that they.
and I'm like,
You look at Konami as a company.
Yeah.
I know, but there's bits and pieces of Konami that are so good.
Those Plinko machines, baby.
The Silent Hill Pachinko,
Pachinko.
so riveting.
Is it quiet?
No.
No.
That's not good then. That's
Ching, 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 ching,
the
ching.
Silent Hill machine should
Ching, ching,
actually
ching,
be
ching,
really
ching, ching,
quiet
ching, 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 ching,
until you win, and then it just like
Ching, ching, ching,
a
ching,
bunch
ching.
of like Bose speakers open up and just
Boom!
You're
Ching,
like-
ching, 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 ching. It's just Kojima coming up and punching you in the face.
I was watching something and they were talking about they had gone to Asia and gone into one of the like pachinko parlors.
There are many.
Yeah, and they're just like the noise
Yes.
coming because
It's
it
just-
all it is because
is it
it's not like
deafening?
It's not like a casino where you have like the VLTs and tables and this and
No,
this.
no.
It is legitimately just
All
wall and wall
noise.
pachinko machine, and
And-
all they do is make noise.
Yes.
So it's
They're
quite
making-
deafening.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I've been in there.
That's
I
nuts.
I've never-
I can attest to this. It
Like,
is.
that's
I walked
crazy.
into one. I'm like, this is the first thing that hits you is the smoke
Sure.
because
yeah.
they smoke
You can
everywhere.
still smoke, yeah.
Yeah.
They smoke everywhere. But yes, the sounds and the lights are just. You think our casinos are a lot or Vegas is a lot?
Yeah.
No, Pachinko's
Sure, and like
are
that's
worse.
the piece is like
And they're
the
mo- and
pachinko
they're
specifically.
and they're
is-
so like packed together.
Yeah. Well,
is
because the
what
more
it
you
is.
pack in, the more money you make.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like even with Vegas, it's like oh cool, like there's places to walk around and room. Nope, not in pachinko parlors.
I was gonna say the difference between a casino and a pachinko is the tables. Like
They don't have
They
tables.
make space.
Tables
and quietness.
give you an illusion of space, and they're not making noise.
Yeah.
Like the people at the table might be talking and making noise.
Right, but
Which
there's
is
no
fun.
like
But
round
overall,
ling-
there's not like the guy spinning the roulette wheel and being like, "Ding, ding, 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 winner!" Like,
There could be once in a while, but not all
Yeah.
the time.
well, no, but like the guy spins the
Yeah.
thing,
And it
watches it go,
encourages-
and he goes, 63. 63 is the winner. Red, like like they start.
Yeah. It's pachinko gambling in Japan is nuts.
It's just
And
nuts.
that's even with our casinos. Like most of the VLTs, they're flashy to try and
Yeah.
get your attention.
Correct.
Only the big ones are the ones that make noise, like the
Yes.
deal or no deal version
Yeah.
of
The
VLT.
ones that will have
that's
the
like,
spinning thing
Yeah.
in the middle.
and it's
But, like,
massive, and
they're
you're like,
like,
why
yeah,
is
10
this so
feet tall.
massive?
But
Yeah.
I think but that's also part of like how the construction of buildings as well. In Japan, everything's always so tight already.
Yeah, compact and
Whereas if you go to like the River Cree, it's like this massive like stadium sized casino room with just machines everywhere. But like there's room there. You can see the roof. You can see
Yeah.
yeah.
you can see through the machines to other people. Like
Yeah.
you can't do that in Japan. And
Seeing
that's
like the
just-
Starlight when we were there at West Ed,
Yeah.
that one, like they have the walls of VLT like surrounding the.
But there's
the
a
walls.
there's an order. There's a flow.
But
to
there's a
things.
flow to everything. Like they do want to make sure you don't feel trapped.
Trapped.
Oh, in pachinko's. Yeah,
And again,
you-
there's not a lot of noise coming out of them. It's more just like flashy lights to get your attention.
yeah,
Whereas,
it's the flashlights until you start playing. And
Then there's some noise. Yeah.
It's not overwhelming all your senses and
No,
Or
it just
making-
overwhelms that one.
making
where
you
you're
lose
like,
track
"Oh,
of time
just-"
and space.
Oh no, it still
Yeah.
does that
Oh,
because there's
yeah.
no windows. There's no like they do that in casinos. That is definitely
purpose,
a plan,
yeah.
The Starlight's pretty good. River Cree.
Starlight,
yeah.
there's Starlight. It's you go in there and it's like 3 hours later. You're like, are we still?
time
And
is
you're like,
it?
that woman's still sitting there, like
I
at the
don't
same
know.
VLT machine.
think-
We
I
can't
think-
have been here that long.
I think-
She's like,
I think Pachinko's machines are worse though.
oh, for sure.
I think the
I
Japanese
feel
are
I
much
from
worse.
what I've heard and seen of them, yeah, for sure.
So
Either way, Resident Evil 3 remake. Does it need to be
Remake.
made? A 3 make?
yes and no, I guess. I don't know.
I feel like
it'll make our hashtag.
yeah.
Yes.
I feel like it will. If they add bits to it, it'll help.
Because they did add bits to two.
They did add bits
Yeah.
to
I
2.
enjoy the map stuff in two.
Yeah.
The map stuff I think is really really cool. Where it's if you walk up to a door and it's locked, it'll tell you if it's locked.
Yeah.
And then it tells you if you've tried to open it once.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
that's
nice.
good.
It's
that's
very
good.
like I like the map system in two.
Yeah.
It's almost too easy.
Yeah, but
It's
the only
almost-
problem with
but
2
that's- but
is
that's
it's
fine,
still,
though.
they've still made it a survival. Like you play it like 4 right off the bat, but it still takes 12 clips to like take a zombie down. Never mind kill it. Like
Yeah.
Can you
it
still
falls
just?
over, and you're like,
I don't like that they itemize the knife though.
no, I know the knife pisses me off.
Yeah, 'cause
I'll
that-
talk about that
yeah.
in the post credits.
Nick told me
So-
about that.
Yeah, knife. I like the knife from 4.
I love the knife from 4. Well, and 1, like as long as
Yes.
you have the knife,
Yes.
like
Yeah.
Yeah.
adding
Well-
durability to a knife was the stupidest thing they could have
Yes, correct.
Reminds me of like Left 4 Dead.
done.
No,
Reminded me
no,
of
no,
Zelda
no.
right away.
Zelda. Yeah, the Zelda.
Yeah.
thing.
Breath of the Wild, I was like,
Your
I'm like,
sword broke.
My stick broke, and I'm like, okay, I understand a stick breaks.
Yeah.
Grab
Your
a sword.
shield broke.
Your shield broke. My what?
Well,
Your
Left 4
bow
Dead,
broke.
did they have
What?
that mechanism where like
Your hammer broke.
if you got attacked by a zombie, you stabbed it with your knife, but you lost the knife after
That's
that?
this.
Except
that's
you
two.
stab them, and it decreases, like, you lose half the durability on your knife.
Oh, it's not you just lose it
But you
instantaneously.
need the knife to solve certain puzzles.
Yeah, so you need to like
Really think about your
Yeah.
knife use.
And your
Okay.
bullet use. Either way,
moving on.
Anyway,
the big chunk of the show. Welcome to Trailer Talk.
Movies are coming out.
There are some movies coming out. There is a trailer dropping today for a movie.
I feel like Ghost.
Free Guy.
I feel,
The Ryan Reynolds flick.
oh
ah,
right.
yes, yes.
That's dropping today.
I think we're gonna get a Ghostbusters
Monday,
trailer
it said.
soon. Ghostbusters.
Monday.
Yeah.
Monday.
which I'm surprised because I didn't think they were already filming.
No, they've been filming in like Saskatoon,
Yeah.
Saskatchewan.
Weird. That's a weird place.
They've
to
been
film.
filming in like the oddest places in like small town Canada.
Huh. Maybe it's cheaper.
It is.
Well, yeah.
There's no one living
Yeah.
there. So, I mean, sorry, Saskatoon, but you're Saskatoon. But, you know.
You're known for your excellent berries.
Yes.
And fishing.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now we've done too far.
And mosquitoes.
Now we've gone too far. Yeah, I didn't realize Ghostbusters was filming when I saw that
Yep.
poster, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, because there's some weird.
Usually they release a poster and then the trailer comes shortly after. So I'm like,
Yeah.
there's a trailer? I thought they were still talking with the actors to get.
No. They've been in, like, some person posted a picture from their tiny little, like, cafe in the middle of nowhere, either Alberta or Saskatchewan,
What?
Yeah.
of,
I
like,
saw
them
this.
on the main street, like, with
their
proton
gear.
packs and gear out and stuff, and they're like, what the hell's going on? Are they actually filming a Ghostbusters movie in my city, like, or my town? And it's just like,
That's too funny.
how are they gonna make that,
How are they
like,
gonna make that
or
work?
did they, or are they now so small time that, like, they've had to move to the boonies, and that's what they're, like,
Who knows? Or maybe it's
Um,
just those scenes. We don't know.
yeah, and Free Guy, we got a teaser trailer for the trailer that comes out today. So Ryan Reynolds.
Oh,
it's-
Ryan Reynolds.
It's Ryan Reynolds sitting
Yeah.
there with the cast, and they're all like, you know, it's all like, well, why were you interested in this movie? And it's like, oh, I was really excited to be working with these people and this and that and everything. And then it goes to Ryan Reynolds, and his thing is like, he's like, yeah, and he's like, you know what? I really love this opportunity to wear this
Oh.
blue shirt. And he's like, you can also get this blue shirt. Call now. There's only so many available. And they're like, what are you
Was that the
doing?
same one with Taika Waititi too?
No.
Okay, that was good too.
I think it's the same movie. This is now a new like trailer
Okay.
though from the same.
I like
he's-
that one with Taika though.
But the whole thing, like the shopping network stuff, all comes up with the number, and he's like, only this many available, and he's like, order now, and they're like, what are you doing? And he's like, we're owned by Disney now. We have to merchandise.
We have to merchandise.
Like he's like, it's really important.
I
that
bet
we
you can actually
merchandise."
buy those.
And they're just like, shouldn't we, like, we can't sell merch for a movie that's not even out yet. It's not like Star Wars where people are like, oh yeah, I want Star Wars merch, and he's like, you're right, but call now and you can get this like guy name tag, and you're just like, oh.
I think I like the Taika trailer a lot more.
This one was really good. And again, it's Ryan Reynolds being able to be Ryan Reynolds. Like
Yeah.
he snuck his gin commercial into a Sony commercial that was a commercial for also his new show on Netflix. So there's a new Sony Xperia TV or whatever, and he was like, you can watch Furious 6 or whatever his Netflix show is
Yeah.
that's coming out. You can watch the 6 whatever blah 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 on your new Sony Xperia, and then he's like, and it's super easy to like make things happen, and like all of a sudden the channel changes and it's one of his aviation gin commercials. And then the director comes out and they're like, did you just play a commercial inside a commercial? And he's like, maybe. Like,
I don't know what you're talking about.
it's just this subtle like,
Did I though?
Did I? Like,
I don't know.
so that, anything that he's touching right now is
It's just
pretty
like
good.
gold.
He's good.
he's definitely found his niche.
Yeah.
And it's just, it could be making commercials, never mind movies.
Him and Ryan Reynolds just make commercials.
What, Taika Waititi and,
No, him and Ryan. No, sorry, Ryan and Hugh Jackman.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Between the
just-
two
yeah.
of them.
Yeah. So we got a Mulan trailer.
Yes.
It is Mulan.
It is.
Ish.
Well, they're definitely going off of more of a folklore tale than the Disney flavor.
Yes.
Like we're leaving, which people have been complaining about. Like the Disney remakes are too close to home
I'm
for some
okay
people,
with that
and I'm
sometimes.
okay with it
I'm okay with
sometimes
that.
for the most part.
Like Lion King was too much.
But that's
Aladdin
the
was
thing,
good
like,
enough.
there's-
Cinderella was too much.
No, I think Cinderella. They definitely.
I still haven't seen the Cinderella.
No, Cinderella.
Like
They
it was like.
no, they added a lot more pieces to the prince's backstory too, and gave him actual character
yeah, I
development.
guess so, yeah.
So I would put that along the lines of Aladdin. Of, like
okay.
it's close enough, but just different enough to
Just
be its own
different
thing.
enough.
I'm trying to like Alice in Wonderland. I didn't.
Alice
like.
was travesty in general.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was.
Those
just
two
bad.
films were just.
Beauty and the Beast was good.
I like Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah. They did good.
Lion King was Lion King for me. Like I said,
I don't
was
like
very
Beauty and
much
the Beast.
a.
I hated Beauty and the Beast.
See, and I like Beauty and the Beast because they did add more with the beasts.
Yeah, no, I'm
Yeah.
okay with that. Them adding. I just don't think that movie was good. To me.
I like
to
that
me.
one.
I was not a huge.
I like that one. And yeah, like Lion King is just an impressive.
Visually, it's a great looking film.
Yes.
But if you've seen the 1996 Lion King, guess what?
You've seen this one.
You've seen this movie, yeah.
It's like
It's,
scene for
it's
scene.
very beat for beat.
Yes.
Very little
Um,
difference.
And I mean, Jon Favreau explained that one with like, if you go see The Lion King on stage, it's the same
Yeah.
show. So this is just doing a different version.
I
of
think
the same
Aladdin, the
story.
stage, the Broadway show is a little bit different.
No, it's the same.
Is it though?
Yeah.
I thought it was different.
Nope.
Okay.
It's the same.
I'd like to see that one. That's on my bucket list.
Because they play that one in Disneyland. You can go see it for freezies.
Ah, neat. Is it the same cast
What?
for Aladdin?
As
Broadway.
no, they hire
That's
Hollywood people to do it because the Broadway show is on the other side of the country.
Yeah, that's fine.
Fly them over, fly them back every day.
Disney money.
Yeah,
That's
they
not
got it.
expensive.
So yeah, but yeah, Mulan trailer. It's
Very much more folklory than
Yeah, a lot of mythical.
very, very grounded. It's very much got that and I hate that I'm comparing it to this, but the Great Wall movie with Matt Damon.
Yeah.
It's very much like that. Like it's old era Chinese culture.
Yes.
Yeah.
That piece plus shitty, well, not shitty monsters like Great Wall was, but it's that era of that vibe that
Yes.
like it's very much a wartime area. Did they say they're taking all the songs out?
So they're in the background, like no one's
That's
singing.
how
that
they-
stuff.
They're saying the
It's
lines, but obviously the trailer
They're
has
giving-
reflection
Yeah.
in it.
So at first there was no songs. Then the word was like some songs, and like the
And
original.
Mushu is back and forth too for them, if I remember correctly. Like,
Mushu's been a phoenix now for quite some time.
no, when they're developing it, they're like, Mushu's not going to be in it.
Mushu
Yeah,
might be
they
in
were
it.
Now
like-
Mushu's going to be in it, and then they
Raise
took
the
Mushu out again, and I was like,
Well, no, it's like Mushu's
stop
still
playing
gonna
with
be
my
in it, but
emotions.
Mushu's gonna be a phoenix, so not a
the
dragon,
same. Not the same.
and not wisecracking because they're clearly going for a very
Serious.
That's a very serious tonal
tone
one.
for this film.
And then there's witches.
And then there's witches.
And to be fair, like if you watch the original cartoon, the big bad guy,
The Mongolian guy.
yeah,
Starts with an S.
yeah, it
Shen,
started-
Shang,
Shen,
Shang,
whatever,
Yeah.
had like the claw hand, like they made him big and creepy
Yeah.
and
Yeah, but
not
that was-
altogether human. Like he did look.
But he was just badass, though.
Right.
Yeah,
They
with
made
the Falcon.
they just made him badass.
Yeah, this woman can transform into a bird,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that.
so
It's weird.
it's
I'm not-
strange.
I'm not. I'm also I'm just.
I thought Donnie Yoon was supposed to be in this movie,
I don't know.
but
They've
didn't see
also
him in
changed a
trailer.
bunch of that stuff too, because her love interest changes, and this changed.
Oh,
and that
right.
changed. Like they
The,
changed a bunch of stuff where it was.
They Jimmy Wong is in this film as one of the
Yeah.
soldiers.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see. Well, if I ever watch this film,
When it comes to Disney Plus,
yeah. Oh, oof, boy. That'll be a quick Disney Plus.
well, that's about like you can start watching it and just be like, and nope,
Yeah.
and go back to
You
the
just
Simpsons.
you could technically do that in a theater
I'll just
too.
rewatch
You
that
just
in
walk
Mandalorian.
away.
Yeah, but see,
Yeah,
in
but
a
that means
theater,
I paid money for
right,
that.
in a theater,
Paid
I-
money or scene points or whatever. Like,
Like-
monetary value was
there's
traded for
been
that.
a large monetary transaction, whereas with Disney Plus, I've already paid
You're already-
them my
yeah,
$90 for the
get
year.
I
other
can either
things.
watch this or I can rewatch Mandalorian.
And if it's like Mulan's not doing it for me, I can
Or-
exit out
or-
of Mulan and
exit out.
just watch.
Watch the regular Mulan.
Or go
Watch,
back
like,
to the regular, like,
yeah.
and skip to like the songs that I want to hear. Like, I'll make a man. Just watch I'll Make a Man Out of You 60
Six
times.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm okay with that.
But yeah, all the lines from the songs seem to be like peppered in,
It's
and
one
then
of those-
the music in the
Yeah.
background seems
Yeah.
to be.
It's like the what was another movie Disney did recently where they added lyrics? Lion King with the Scars piece.
Scars piece.
Yeah,
Oh, yes,
where
yes, yes,
It was a
yes.
spoken version of "Be Prepared" kind of
Yeah.
piece. It sounds like that's gonna be.
Yeah.
More of like a poetic.
Well, because
song.
even it's like I'll make men out of all of you.
This
Yeah.
is the line. That's
'Cause
the
he
line.
That's the
He
line.
says
That's
it
the
in
line.
the trailer, and
Yeah.
you're like, oh.
You can't not release that trailer without that line either.
Exactly right.
Well,
You
and
also
that's that piece is everybody's like that would be the one song that probably gets cut just with today's like culture right now of like whoa.
But it was a reflection of that time, though.
But it's not even that.
No.
That song is legitimately supposed to be sarcastic in a way of like I'll make a man out
Yeah.
of you, and it's just like and
Oh, but she's
the
not
one-
really a man.
Right, like-
And but the implication is the other guys are also dumbasses.
Yeah.
And so he's trying to make men out of
Yeah.
boys.
Boys.
But no, they're going all the way.
Yeah.
She's
I know.
skipping the boy phase.
It's subverting
and go-
that expectation sort of thing as a song. It's not like some of the Disney stuff where people are still complaining about like Disney Plus. It's like, oh, Dumbo still has like racist connotations to it. And you're
I don't know.
like,
I watched Lady and the Tramp. That was great.
Lady and
The
Tramp
new
was
one?
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it.
That was
I liked it,
great.
I liked it.
And I don't like talking animal films.
that they did a pretty good job.
They did a
I
really-
said dogs do a pretty good job of emoting already. So
Yeah.
dogs,
Yeah.
I'm very okay with
as
that.
long as it's not like space pups or whatever those.
I think
things
Yes,
are.
it was.
Hey guys. What's up? And you're like,
I think there's more to it than that for that film. There's more.
they did a lot of
Yeah,
good work.
and
with
we can talk
those
about that a
models.
little
We
later.
can.
But like
Yeah.
it's, yeah.
Black Widow was another trailer that dropped.
I'm actually very excited for this film. I
It's
didn't.
amazing.
I didn't think I was gonna be excited for a Black Widow film.
No, I was already. I knew they were going espionage because.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
well, yeah.
it's
How
Black
can you not?
Widow.
So I was already excited.
The first 2 seconds of this trailer is Budapest.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if you show Budapest and don't bring in
Don't
Hawkeye,
bring Hawkeye.
don't give me this film.
So Robert Downey Jr.'s obvious, like apparently
he's got a piece in it.
Well, there's old footage from Civil War that they're gonna
Yeah.
pepper in apparently.
Yeah.
and Avengers maybe.
And yeah, so like unused footage, we're gonna get unused Robert Downey Jr. footage. So we've already got him like in the movie. Hawkeye's
Gotta be in the
You
movie.
again,
Budapest.
if you do Budapest,
right.
And
it's that
Hawkeye's
one
not there.
line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that one line that they used multiple times in the other films. What is
I will laugh
Budapest?
so hard if the movie opens with Budapest and it's just like thanks for the save and they just separate and that's all you get.
I read
That'd be okay, too.
I read one of the fan theories on the subreddit where people were saying, "What if Taskmaster was actually Hawkeye at one point in time?" And then I'm like, no, that doesn't make sense because then
Then
you
Hawkeye would have way more powers than he
Correct.
does. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Unless he's always just held back.
Apparently, we are great.
We're all right.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Oh.
Oh, hi. I know who that is.
Yes.
Hi.
So yeah, let's-
Black Widow.
Black Widow, like
David Harbour.
David Harbour!
Oh, yes, he's so great in everything he does.
still fits.
You're fat. You're fat now. And I love that he's like so heavily Russian.
Yes.
Like he doesn't have that. He's not. He's
No.
he's 100% American.
Yeah.
So he's leaning hard into that role.
Russian accent.
He's worked with them for a long period of time.
Yes.
He still fits.
Still fits.
Ah, yes.
I just love how one of his characters absolutely detests Russians.
Yeah, that's why he's a Russian.
Yes, and the other one he becomes Alexis. Hates Alexis, becomes Alexis.
It's so good.
So yeah,
good.
it's one of those pieces where you're just like,
And his costume looks really good.
Yeah.
I think that I'd like to see more Taskmaster. I think
they're saving a lot.
Yeah,
think
we haven't
it's-
seen a
I
lot
think
yet.
we're gonna
Like,
see it.
I
They're
wanna
going
see-
very Marvel trailer with it, where it's like
I want to see his shield. I want to see his hood. I want to see.
Yeah.
we're
all
getting
its-
very much the like, this is gonna be a family film, you know.
and then the
like-
next one will be.
Well,
the
this is
art-
very much the like Black Widow's sister, and they're
Family.
playing off like
the family piece.
him as the father figure.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how they handle because I don't know if you guys watched Agent Carter at all, season 1 or 2.
One.
Season 2 leaned heavily into the Black Widow program.
Yeah.
And they had one of the old Black Widow characters as a main villain in Agent Carter. And so I'm interested to see how they play that.
Red
angle.
Room and all of that. Like, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if they bring that character back in for this role, like a walk-on role or something like that, that would
That'd
be
be
very
cool.
very cool.
Well, 'cause
and
her-
that'd be a very good nod to Agent Carter fans.
Well, and they've already given us one
Yeah.
with Jarvis.
Yeah.
So they're getting there.
Like it's not like Agents of Shield is not connected. Agent Carter, on the other
Slightly
hand,
connected.
is
Yeah.
slightly
It's
more
slightly
connected
more
to
connected.
the
Weirdly
MCU,
enough,
yeah.
the one show that
They
had an
didn't
excellent
keep
season
around,
1, a terrible season 2.
Yeah. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, the music was pretty killer in this.
Yeah.
trailer.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, that's
whoever's
good.
scoring this is like.
I love that,
spot on.
and I love that the guy who's doing the Metal Gear movie,
Yeah.
he Jordan Vogue Roberts or something like that. He just went off on a huge freaking tangent on Twitter, saying like blah 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 blah. They're copying Metal Gear Solid 3, blah blah blah, and I'm like, there's room for love for both of these things,
Yeah.
guys. Like, why not?
And again, it's an espionage flick.
It's an
Like,
Yeah.
they're going to get.
And I think the issue that he has is like, oh, the white Black Widow costume in the comics was clearly a ripoff of the boss from Metal Gear Solid 3, and I'm like, so it looks cool then. It still looks cool
they
now.
both pretty much wear skin tight
Yes.
black
Yeah.
leather outfits. Like
yeah, what do you want?
Yeah,
like
I don't.
I appreciate the work that he's working on, and I really hope the Metal Gear movie goes somewhere.
I think what he's scared of is the movie he's making looks a lot like Black Widow.
Correct.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
And
So-
he's trying to get his defense up now. Like
They're
when his
copying
movie,
me.
Well, when his movie comes out, it's like we had ours going first, and
To be fair,
we're copying the game, and
he's still submitting drafts of the script.
right. But I bet you the
So-
last draft that he handed in, they're like, we like this, and then the trailer came out, and they're like,
Yeah. And he's like, damn
yeah.
it.
I bet
To
you
be
something
fair-
there pissed him off.
To be I can imagine that because he's building a Metal Gear game or Metal Gear movie. I'm sure Black Widow has similar
It
like,
has easiest.
it's an espionage. It's espionage.
Yeah,
it's not
it's
difficult.
spies. And that's
It's
the
not
piece is the
difficult.
choreography already, and they like we've seen this much of it looks stellar, which
Yeah,
it
the
has to
fights-
be
yeah.
because there's no superpowers.
What are you gonna do in this film that's not an Infinity Stone? That's not
Yeah.
Doctor Strange. That's not.
Because Taskmaster's a fighter, even though he's got powers, he's still a fighter.
He's a fighter, quote unquote.
Yeah,
He knows your moves.
because he knows moves. So like
Yeah.
that's the
Assuming
thing
that's the angle that they're going with.
They have to.
I hope. I sure
have to.
Sure hope to God that they are.
Yeah.
And of course, everyone on the internet is like, please don't kill him off. Please don't kill him
I
off.
feel like this. Yeah, no kidding. I feel like this movie, if it opens in Budapest, it's gonna be like Hawkeye and Black Widow against Taskmaster,
Taskmaster?
because
It
in
could
the
be.
trailer, Taskmaster
Yeah.
does have a bow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's where he got that move is saw Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Do you think they're gonna call him Taskmaster? They usually don't.
They
They don't
usually
normally give
don't.
them the names, but I don't know because even like they showed off the picture of Baron Zemo from the new Black.
But that took a while though.
I know, but
It
like
took a while though for them
on
to.
the new Disney Plus show with
Yeah, they should-
Winter Soldier and
Yes, I saw that
Falcon,
part too.
Yeah, they have like
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Baron
has a hood.
Zemo in the hood, and you're like, oh snap! Like he's
So they're not
actually gonna...
they're not beyond doing that, but I don't think they call him Taskmaster right off the bat.
No. I
Or maybe like they'll have like
code name.
Codename because they don't call Hawkeye Hawkeye.
No.
They just call him Clint.
Yeah.
I think they've called him Hawkeye once in
Yeah.
the entire MCU. Same thing with Natasha and Black Widow. Like
Yeah,
call,
they just call
they,
her
they call her either Natasha
Natasha
or the
or
Widow.
Romanoff.
Yeah,
Or the Widow. They
Romanoff,
don't,
yeah.
or Romanoff. They don't really call her the Black Widow.
No.
So, as
I
a
know Spider-Man was really
He-
well. Cap was Cap. A lot of them called him Cap.
Cap. Yeah.
Yellow.
Hello.
Yay!
Hey, thanks
Thank
for
you.
the hosting.
Hosted.
I have to fix that.
Is it not?
No, I made the logo bigger so it doesn't hide the logo as much anymore.
Ah.
Oops. So yeah, like this movie, I
I don't know if they call him Taskmaster right off the bat.
I don't know. I'm excited for it though. Like it
Oh,
did.
yeah.
It was one of those like
Yeah.
I knew I was gonna like it because I really liked Winter Soldier,
Mhm.
and if we go in the same vein as Winter Soldier,
It'll be, yeah.
you know,
I just hope that a lot of people aren't gonna like look at it and go like, "Oh man, Natasha had such a good send off in game, and now we're back to her again." And I hope they don't like overplay that. I don't know.
I don't think so. And really, the Russos, if you watch Endgame's commentary, the reason they didn't focus a lot on her death was because she was getting her own movie. Like they really like, because people in their commentary, they're like, people were pissed because we gave Iron Man this huge like
Send-off.
ta-da, and they're like, and then they're like, what about Natasha? And they're like, she's getting her own movie, guys.
Yeah.
Like, relax.
Relax.
So, and this is what after Civil War, right? Yeah, this movie
Yes,
takes place
yeah,
after
after
Civil
Civil
War
War.
because she's on the run.
She's on the
Yeah,
run.
she's on the run.
General Ross is in there again.
Yeah.
Like they're bringing him back as a big player, which is awesome.
I
Looks
wish-
like they de-aged him.
I don't think they have to DH him
You don't
because
have
it's
to.
not that far after.
No. But it looks like just the trailer looks like
Maybe.
I think
Yeah,
you
he
can
looks a
see
little
him for
different.
2 seconds.
Yeah.
and from far away.
Yeah.
They could just de-age him slightly. I don't think.
But I don't think you have to like. He's old.
But like maybe they'll do it like a flashback
Or it
I
could,
don't know.
Maybe.
or something.
Maybe.
there's a lot of questions yet.
There are. Well,
But
it
that's
looks
a good
good.
thing
It
for a
looks
Black
good.
Widow movie.
about
Yeah.
what this movie is and what the story actually
There are
is.
no questions. It'd be like,
And I've seen it.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
Because what's the one after this one? It's not
What was that
Spider-Man.
timeline again?
Legend of the Ten Rings. Is that?
Is it-
the-
is Shang-Chi really the next?
Shang-Chi the next one? Something weird is up next.
Can we fact check?
Well, fact check.
Fact check.
Fact to checking.
Because I think what's throwing me off is all the Disney Plus shows.
Also true.
Because I know that the Winter Soldier is the next one. Or if you're gonna include the Disney Plus stuff, I
Yeah.
think Winter Soldier.
Five Winter Soldiers.
Yeah.
Eternals.
Yes.
Then Shang-Chi.
Then Shang-Chi.
Also, Eternals. They are already filming for
Yeah.
Eternals. They are
Yeah.
doing that. So I suspect, maybe we'll get like a trailer closer to Black Widow
Probably.
Maybe,
for
yeah.
Eternals.
Eternals is the end.
If Disney was smart on Disney Plus, what they would do is they would put like a placeholder for Black Widow whenever that comes out, but then instead of watching the movie, it's just the trailer.
But they already have. If you go to certain shows, it's like this is not available to.
No.
stream yet.
That's
But
what
if they do the same, so yeah, same
That's what I'm
thing.
saying,
Where
like-
if they
Yeah.
drop it, because they already have. If you look in the specials
Yeah, I know.
features of all of them, like there's trailers for.
There's trailers.
Yeah.
for-
So like,
Yeah.
so if, for example, if Shang-Chi was coming out or whatever, and they could put the placeholder there, eventually will be coming after whatever date.
Yeah.
But they put a trailer there that'll keep people on the service some
Yeah.
more. That was my thought. My Marketing, take it. Take that idea. I think Guardians 3, the script is also done now. Like, that's been handed in.
Yeah.
And,
Yep.
like, it's finalized, I guess.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, there's a
that's
lot of
exciting.
stuff going on because there's a Spider-Man movie that now fits back into here.
Yeah.
They've announced something else. that fits
WandaVision,
back
I think
into
I'm
here.
just excited for WandaVision.
I am
You know what?
excited for
After
WandaVision.
Mandalorian, I am stoked for anything Disney Plus is putting out.
They have so much budget into that, and it looks so good.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's worth it.
It looks so good.
I'll tell you more about
Yeah.
just because I've been watching the Imagineering story too, and that's part of it. Is just like if we put money into things,
Things work.
it works out.
Yes.
And that's a big piece of that show is like even Walt Disney when it came to like the first Disneyland for like ground zero for all of this was he tripled his budget by the time that park was done, but everything had to be
Spot on.
spot on, and because it was, people came.
Yeah.
Word of mouth is pretty good, especially back
word
then.
of mouth was good before the place even opened. Like they went over capacity to the point of
Yeah.
like people were breaking in essentially to Disneyland because they weren't completely.
And they didn't have
walled in yet.
and they didn't have internet there then to share information like
No,
that.
that was legitimately like him on ABC going like Wonderful World of Disney, like, oh, we're building this park and it's gonna be incredible and da 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 da, and you should all come out and check it out. People came. Like
Terrible day for Disney.
yeah, like it was actually a really bad day at Disneyland. So
Cool.
last but not least, there's another
More
James
espionage.
Bond movie coming
I'm okay
out.
with this. I think this James Bond film this trailer gives me more Bond vibes than any of the other Bond films
Yeah.
so far. I think solely for the fact that he has a car with Gatling guns that have come out of the
lights.
And I'm like, that's what's been missing the
Yeah.
last couple of films. Those cheesy
Gadgets.
gadgets.
The gadgets.
The cheesy
Yeah.
gadgets.
They've all had them.
Yes, but like
Yes.
this one, like
No, like all the Bonds have had them, and I feel like
Daniel Craig has had the
Daniel
least.
Craig has had the
least.
least amount because they
Correct.
were just relying on like those really close-up
abs
action scene, like
Yeah.
and his
Yeah.
abs
yeah.
and his abs.
Like they were like, we're gonna return to the age of like Sean Connery, and I'm like, but he still had the goofy gadget.
Yeah,
like
cool
he still had Q.
gadgets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Still
now
had Q
that
doing stupid stuff for him.
I'm okay with this film being where it is because it's what is it takes place a couple years after the last one where he's retired.
Sure.
Yeah.
Or left or whatever.
Yeah, the Daniel Craig Bond movies have always been a little.
I always
They're
okay.
very different from the other.
My
Bond
my
movies.
my issues with him lately, and I guess maybe what might be with this one is, something or Bond left or Daniel Craig's Bond had left,
Yeah.
but something drags him back
Yes,
in,
yes,
and I'm like
there's
this
always
kind of
the-
story again.
Yeah.
Like just let him be Bond.
Yeah, just
Sure.
let him be.
I don't know why they didn't go with that. Just let him
Just-
do Bond things. Like Pierce Brosnan just
Did Bond
Bond
Yeah.
things.
He had
It's
a
like
mission.
Bond,
He never retired.
No, here is
Yeah.
your mission, Bond. Go, and it's like, oh,
I think
okay.
the
All
last-
the Bonds had that.
Right.
I think
This
there's
is
one
your mission.
James. There's just one. I think there's one of the old ones like with Sean Connery where he actually got married.
Yes.
One,
yes.
one or two of them,
Yeah.
like where he
Yeah.
actually had a relationship, but then
Sure.
But like they didn't lean into that
No.
though,
No.
as much as the Craig.
Yeah,
stuff
you can
was.
bring one guy. You can bring a guy out of retirement
once,
once.
just as a story plot. Not
Right.
every single
Not
one.
every
Like-
single one.
Yeah, you can bring him back once out of retirement because
bring,
the
bring
only
him
guy
out
who
of
can
retirement
solve
once, or bring him back from the dead once, or like
Sure.
Yeah.
keep him as Bond. So I don't understand this. Like I'm still gonna see this film.
Yeah.
I'm riffing
Actually,
on
I
it,
still
but
haven't even seen the last one.
I don't remember the last
That's
one.
the
This
thing.
is my problem with
that's
the
the thing.
new Bond
The
movies.
last one,
is
the last one was him. Like okay,
there was lasers in
Was
one
it
of
Soulless?
yes, and so I think this plot was that he was shot on a mission, and then he was presumed dead.
Yeah.
But he wasn't actually dead, and so the plot is like to bring him Bond back in. He's actually not dead, so he's gonna come and like find what is Octopus or the organization.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember them off the
I
top of my
can't
head.
remember
Sure.
But he's gonna come. He's gonna like rip the veil off of him. He's gonna do
Yeah.
it.
That's the thing. This one,
I'm
I
like,
feel like
why?
this one, they kept making the villain like the same organization.
But that's the point, though.
them. They've all kind
Did
of.
they
Yes,
already
they
did
always
some of
done
those?
that.
Bond has always had that. I can't.
I thought it always was just like a
No.
different villain.
No, it was all of the villains working together in this like League of Evil.
Oh.
Essentially, yeah. There's
It's
always
always
been,
been-
like the illusion of like there's been this overarching thing. This
Yeah.
one went at it harder.
Oh, okay.
Very much harder, where they tried to connect things, and that's like even the new Tomb Raider games. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Is very much the like we are going after this corporation.
Spectre.
One
Spectre.
Spectre.
the name
Spectre.
of one of the films.
Yes, it's the name of the last
The
film.
last. Oh,
It was
okay.
the
So
last
which
film.
one was Solace?
The first
Quantum of Solace
was the first
Oh.
Bond
and then
one, or
Casino.
first-
No, Casino
Second,
Royale
was the first
one.
Craig one. Quantum
Yeah.
was the second. Spectre was the third.
Yes.
And then
And
No
this is
Time
the
to
fourth
Die.
No time.
Oh, no
to
time.
die.
And this
Great
is
name.
Daniel Craig's last one.
Is that the last one? Until we give it to Tom Holland.
Yes.
Well, and the reports are that it's supposed to be switching over to a female Bond in this one. Like he.
But that's we saw that in the trailer too.
Yeah.
Like where again
Oh,
because
yeah,
he's retired.
Yes.
They had to replace Bond.
Yeah, there's a
Like,
different 007, and that's
There's
my other
another
problem.
00.
He's not 007.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you've replaced him, he is no longer 007.
007.
So what the hell is the point?
He's just.
I'm still gonna watch this
He's just
movie.
Bond, and
I-
it's like
he's
that's
just-
fine. But I watch these movies to watch
007.
007 get a mission from M, go to Q, get his equipment.
It's always
Flirt
been
with Penny.
It's always been
Yeah.
so like these last Craig films have been so focused on him.
Right.
Yeah.
And they don't need to be.
I don't care about Bond. No
We
one
don't-
actually cares about Bond.
It worked for the first one
Sure.
because that was kind of like an origin-y, like
Right, we were
Yeah.
trying to reintroduce Bond.
yeah, and that worked because
Casino
at the end of that
Royale
film it was
wasn't
like
really
it was Bond, James Bond. I'm like, oh, he's wearing the suit. He's
Yeah,
doing,
we're
he's,
doing
like-
this now.
And then Quantum came out.
Well, and then yeah, he was mad because this girl dies and this happens, and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, really?
He
Yeah.
never has a connection to
Whoa,
these ladies
no.
until the last like 2 minutes of the movie. You
And
and
then
I
there's
know-
still not a
Unless
connection.
it's
He's
like
just
Penny.
riding out the rest of his.
he's just doing it.
Moneypenny. Unless
Money
it's
Penny.
Moneypenny.
And Moneypenny's that like he knows he can't actually
No,
get that.
but they're like
'cause-
good friends, good tight friends, and if something happens to
I
Moneypenny,
think
then he gets like.
I think they're angling it that Moneypenny becomes the new 007.
Oh really?
I think that's what happened with the last film.
I don't see. That's my problem. I don't remember. Like
They're so.
I remember him playing poker.
I remember
that-
Casino Royale.
Guess what?
Casino
That's
was so
Casino
good.
Royale.
I know,
'Cause
but
that
that's my
was so
problem.
good.
Like I remember him playing poker, but at the same time, he played poker.
I'm
For a
hoping,
large majority of a James Bond film, they played poker.
and that's a good James Bond
It's
thing.
okay.
I think I'm okay with that.
There was no and it was good for what it was, and again, an intro kind of thing to it. So I wasn't. It's like, oh, there's not a lot of gadgets, there's not a lot of this, there's not a lot of that. I get it because he's not James Bond yet.
That's the thing I think
But
that
the other movies, he drove around in cars and shot people. And
Also-
I think there was
also he
snow at one
retired-
point,
Yeah.
and then he
He retired a few
and
times,
then
he
MI6
died.
blew up.
Yes, MI6
Yeah.
blew up.
Yes,
Uh,
that was the same movie. Not on a different like. I'm
No,
like, am
I think that was the
thinking of
most
a
recent
different-
one.
Right.
Spectre,
Yeah.
they blew up MI6.
I'm like, am I thinking of a different espionage film? where they blew
That's
up
also
MI6?
where they
No,
killed
MI6.
off Judy Dench's character.
Yes,
yeah,
they killed
and
off
then they got
the-
another M.
The guy M.
Yes.
So
who
they
is
retconned-
Voldemort.
Yes,
Voldemort
Voldemort's
became
now
M.
M.
Fuck. We're
But I
fucked.
think that
We're
the
fucked.
thing that drew me into James Bond when I was a kid was all the cool gadgets he had.
Oh,
too,
sure,
right?
Pierce
Cool
Brosnan
gadgets,
driving.
cheesy.
Yeah.
Pierce Brosnan on
The
ice.
watch, the belt.
Yeah,
It's
like Pierce Brosnan upside down, driving on ice, hitting one of the buttons to launch the gadget on the thing to flip the car back over and continues driving on ice. You're like,
Or I think the coolest.
What?
I think the coolest tech was the one where he had the remote control car, but he was in the car.
Yeah.
So he's driving the
like
car
on the back
in the
seat.
car, but not on the wheel.
yeah,
I'm like, I want that.
right. Well, we can pretty much we're getting
Yeah.
there.
The
Almost
closest
there.
thing in Casino Royale was he had an AED pack in the car.
Woo!
So yeah, like
It's like,
so
That's
seeing
about it.
like, M again, seeing the Gatling guns come out of the car, I'm
Yeah.
like, this seems
Q.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
I'm
when they introduced that guy as Q, I was like, yes, Q's back.
well, and I like that guy.
Yeah.
That's a good actor too.
He's a great
Good
actor. Like
actor.
he's
Good
funny.
actor.
Like it's
Yeah.
it's perfect because Q's supposed to be that like lightheartedness, quirky part
yeah.
of things.
Yeah.
And
Except that
unfortunately-
actor always reminds me of the movie Perfume because he was the main character in that one, and that movie is.
I'll be
really
honest, I
crazy.
didn't really like John Cleese as
That was a bad.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I didn't
like
like
John
no.
Cleese is fine,
I like John Cleese. That
but
was
he's
a bad
not
move as
that.
Q.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's not
I
a
didn't
Q.
like him as Q.
Well, because he's not smart.
He's
Like
not
John Cleese plays the dumb
The
guy.
dumb funny guy,
The-
not,
funny.
but not like genius,
Not
the
like,
clumsy.
not the
Yes.
nerd. He doesn't play
No.
nerd.
He doesn't play nerd.
He does not play nerd,
Yeah.
No.
which is what you
He
need
can
to have.
play.
with
He
Q.
can play eccentric millionaire. He can play like all
Yeah.
sorts of. He cannot
Yeah,
play.
I
he's
can't
not-
see him
I
as
can't see
Smart.
Yeah, the guy they have playing Q now is
Is good.
yeah,
Very smart.
very smart,
Very good.
very good at that.
Very good.
So.
Very good.
Yeah, James Bond. I'm excited for it, even
I-
though like I feel like the last ones have been in a rut.
I was gonna say I'm tepid towards it because I don't remember the last ones that well.
I would need to watch them all again.
Honestly, I would just rather watch.
Because these
Casino
ones
Royale.
actually like they continue a story, right? These
Sort
ones?
of.
They do. They all of them.
Lightly?
Yeah. Quantum.
Again, girl dies, so Quantum of Solace I think opened up with him. going after
Quantum was
them.
that the?
Yeah.
I think that was the.
Is that the one in the desert with the solar panels?
No,
That was the last one.
Quantum was the one where they tried to really give him a backstory. because that was like, oh, you came from this like orphan village or whatever like that. And
That one in the snow.
Yeah.
Spectre was like
The last-
he infiltrated that weird meeting of people
Yep.
with Dave Bautista.
Yes.
I don't remember
Yeah,
this.
And then the solar panel place.
Yeah.
That was the last movie.
Oh dear lord.
And
Where they
Spectre-
had him like trapped to a table and you're like expecting like the laser towards his nuts sort of thing,
that doesn't happen.
and they didn't do that. Like
Yeah.
you know, you're,
Just like
because he's
was that Dr. No or
Yeah.
Goldfinger?
Goldfinger, I think.
Goldfinger. I don't know where he.
Yeah, it's Goldfinger.
but like they got him strapped to a metal table and I'm
You're
like.
like, they're gonna do this.
They're doing the cheesy thing.
They're gonna open up the floor and there's gonna be sharks and then there's a laser that's gonna shoot down and like
the
come up
chainsaws are
towards
gonna
us.
come
Yeah.
get his arms off.
Slowly closer and closer, and then it's just like we're going to inject you with this stuff.
Villain's
and I'm
gonna
like,
monologue.
Before I tell you my entire evil plan.
I thought I was gonna get it, and it's just like I'm not telling you what I'm up to. I'm just gonna poison you, and I'm like, why did we strap him to a table just to poison him?
Waterboard him, you cowards. Do something.
Give me something a little bit extra, please.
If you're gonna go all like dumb,
If you're gonna go, yeah, like if you're gonna go like
Yeah.
this, like at least, yeah. If you're gonna go dark, yeah, start waterboarding the hell out of him. Don't just like.
I do miss the era of that cheesiness of villains.
and that's when I think of James Bond. So I'm hoping that with this one,
Yeah.
they kind of lighten the
Again,
mood a little bit.
When you had one of your villains be a guy with metal teeth.
Yes, Jaws, or a guy who could throw a hat and would like.
That's the piece. Like you went from those James Bond
Odd-
flicks to very odd.
Odd job.
Baron
yeah.
Samedi, like all of those
The
characters.
man with a golden gun.
Sure, all of that stuff was so stupidly far fetched, but then at the same
But it
time,
worked.
it worked because he was far fetched.
There was a gun that could kill you in one shot. Doesn't matter where
Yeah.
it shot you.
Yeah,
Where was that?
Oh.
Where's that shit?
that was the best
Like
game
honestly,
mode ever.
the realism has almost destroyed Bond.
Right, because they went
Yeah.
for the Nolan Batman thing. It's
Yeah.
like let's
That is
darken
right.
this up
Let's
and
realistic
yeah.
it up and
yeah,
not waterboard.
let's
him.
give him a backstory and you know.
Which I'm okay with
Make
the
him-
first one being
make
where
him
it
edgy.
was, but
But again, the first one was perfect because it's like, oh,
introduce
now I get.
we're introducing
Bond.
us to Daniel Craig as the next Bond.
Because even he wasn't
We're
ordering his martinis properly.
Yeah.
Like, the
there's a reason.
whole shtick. You're just like,
But-
oh, because he's not Bond yet.
Yeah,
And
until
like
the
you
very
said,
last 5 seconds.
And then he introduces himself, and you're
As
like,
Bond.
yes, the
I'm
next
like,
movie's
oh.
going to be so awesome. There's going to be cars that fly, and
Cars that go invisible
Yeah.
and
He's gonna have a
his
jetpack.
watch is going to have a grappling hook and a laser, and,
Yeah.
you know,
no.
yeah, no. Mm-mm. So either way, there you go. That's it for the newscast. That's all we have.
We'll see you guys in about 5 minutes.
Yes, for the post-cred show, we're talking about
Movies and games and
games we've played, movies we've watched,
Things
and other
between.
sorted nerd junk we've done.
I have not done much.
Go check out barrelrollnews.com in the meantime.
We'll see you guys soon.
Like and subscribe.
Bye.
Bye.